Hello everyone, I am Rohit Vats and with us we have seasoned director Rakesh Omprakash Mehra who has made many patriotic films, and that's why we decided to do this conversation with him around patriotic films. Is there any template for patriotic films? What comes under the domain of this, and how do we define that this is a good or bad or any sort of patriotic films? So this conversation will be around that. And because Independence Day is approaching, so who better than Rakesh Omprakash Mehra could be for this conversation? So first of all, welcome, and we would start right from your definition of patriotic films. How do you define it?
Uh, I think there's much more to patriotism than just patriotic films. Films are just a very small part of trying to express patriotism, which is actually a part of a collective consciousness of a nation. And now moving forward, though, it's a collective consciousness of like a global, because the connectivity is so strong, the information is free flowing. So patriotism today has assumed a larger meaning as such. To elaborate, if I were to give you an example of the entire world has gone through a very challenging and difficult phase during the pandemic, and it's still going on. There are waves after waves which we have to face up to, and the frontline workers, the doctors, the medical staff, the administration, the scientists, they've all worked so hard 24/7, day and night, put their life at risk, and many have also given up their lives for it, not caring for their own lives but to save lives. I think that meaning of patriotism is much greater.
And I asked you that question because in Hindi cinema, in Hindi film industry, we have seen kind of template films which are called patriotic films. Like there will be a villain who is coming from neighboring countries, and the hero will fight them. You know, that sort of a basic idea. How do you?
I see. How do I see patriotism? Well, I think patriotism needs to begin with yourself, not with pontification, not with pointing a finger at an outsider. You have to ask the question, what are you doing for your country? What is about you that will bring about a change towards a better tomorrow? I think that is truly the essence of patriotism for me.
When you made Rang De Basanti, so Rang De Basanti in a way changed the entire nation's perspective towards certain things. How youth was seen at that time, and so that film is still very and it took its cues from independence, freedom movement. So that was also like sort of connecting to very interesting part of the history.
Correct.
So how did that idea come to your mind, and when did you decide that these two things should be amalgamated to make a good very full of what do you call it? I don't have the right word to define it, but it has everything that we call that comes under the domain of patriotism.
Oh, that's very kind of you to say that it has everything. It is actually the idea of Rang De Basanti for me came. I wanted to make a film on the young guns of India, on the armed revolution, which started with Ram Prasad Bismil and Ashrafullah Khan, and went on to Chandrasekhar Azad, Bhagat Singh, Rajguru, Sukhdev, Jatendra, Durga Bhabhi, and so many others. And we researched that and also wrote a script around that. then I kind of read the script to a lot of youngsters in Mumbai and then in Delhi. And I realized that the idea was not touching their hearts. They were seeing it just as an outsider and not getting involved. So we went back to the drawing board and we wrote Rang De Basanti in the avatar you see it today. In the avatar, it kind of worked out finally. And actually weave the story around the youngsters today, juxtaposed with youngsters of the 1920s who were of the same age. They were also students. They also gave up their homes, kept their pens, and pledged their life to the country as such. So in the film, there are two films going on, one in the 1920s and one in the 2000. Both lines run parallel. And the same actors are playing both the roles. And there are times when the lines crisscross. And whenever they crisscross, there's a spark. Something happens. Something happens inside you which changes your way of thinking. And towards the end of the film, the lines come together and they blur. And they become one. Just to say that why can't we be like the youngsters of the 1920s? What is different today? Why have we gotten so caught up in our careers, in a job, in trying to make the first million, to wear that Nike shoe and that perfume? We can also pledge our life. And to pledge a life, you don't have to every time join the Army, Navy, or Air Force. There's so much more to do. There is politics, there's the administration service, there's a police service. And if not all that, you can be a good citizen.
Also, Rang De Basanti is unique in its texture, because even in humor, where there is this university audition where everybody is coming and they are trying to speak one dialogue, but they are not able to do it in the film. So was that also kind of ironical take on how the youth perceives the country and the service to the nation now?
No, more than irony and how they perceive, it was more about the connect to the country as such. So unless and until you feel connected to the land you come from, how will you connect to the rest of the world? How will you connect to for the betterment of the humanity? So yes, those auditions were funny because first I tried it on myself to say those lines and they were not at all convincing. So I thought it's gonna work.
Yeah, also in your films, be it Delhi 6 or Mere Pyare Prime Minister, so there is very clear line between what is internal and what is external. So those who are watching the film clearly understand that the director is more concerned about the internal problems rather than outer, external agencies, impacting those internal problems. So is that a deliberate thought process behind it?
It's not so much so deliberate, Rohit. It's more a belief system. I think there will always be, and there always has been, a lot of noise outside us. We need to deep dive inside ourselves to say what are we doing? What do we stand for? What is our belief system? What are the choices we are making? So that is, I think, more important for me.
Also, in both Delhi 6 or Mere Pyare Prime Minister or even Rang De Basanti, so you see that there might be a person leading the charge, leading the brigade, but it is never about one person. It is always about a community. A sense of community is always there.
No, absolutely. As human beings, we are social animals. We live in a society. The microcosm of the society first starts from your family, then your neighborhood, then the city you live in, then the country you are in, and then the continent and the globe and part of the entire humanity as such. So while there are very inspiring leaders who inspire us to travel the right path, they lead us by example. But even having said that, you need a community to come together to bring about a mass change. Otherwise, the change will be limited to just one individual.
Also, because we are broadly talking about patriotic films, and but as you said that patriotic films can't be only about one thing, can't be only about patriotism only. So it is a collection of so many things, so many problems plaguing the society, and so many different thought processes. So initially we saw that when India had war with China, we saw films based on that. Then Pakistan, but now when no war like per se has happened in last 20, 22 years, 23 years. So how do you see the concept of patriotic films changing now?
Um, Everybody will have their own expression as such. Uh, Today, for the longest time, the definition of the enemy was who lives across the border, whom it's like a tribal mentality. So you want to safeguard your own people, your own women and children, your own against somebody who's going to harm them. But now those definitions are blurry. Like I said, during the pandemic, if you see, the whole lot of medical and community came together from across the world to help humanity. Vaccines were invented in record time. So I think that definition needs to evolve now.
Good that you mentioned, because I was anyway coming to Bhag Milkha Bhag, which is a very unique blend of personal struggle as well as the difficult times country was going in at that time. So both things were blended. In fact, in the film, we see that Milkha Singh, while participating against a Pakistani player, still maintained a certain kind of dignity and respect for the opponent.
Yeah. The idea was born to weave a story around partition of India, because the partition of this land is a huge seminal moment in the modern day history of our country. And suddenly there was a line of hatred, and one nation became two and during the birth of the nation as such. So while millions were celebrating the independence of the country, millions were also suffering the partition. And Milkha Singh was one of them. At the age of 12, he witnessed the massacre of his family, his close ones, relatives. He somehow got on top of a train, came to Delhi, stayed in a camp, in a refugee camp, did not have food to eat, did not have shoes to wear, did not have sar pe maa baap ka saya nahi hai. How does he go out and become a world champion? So it was a story of human spirit, which one was weaving around there. Even then, he had the demon inside him. He had a hatred for Pakistan. In fact, when then Prime Minister had organized a friendship game with the neighboring nation, with Pakistan, because this whole wars were going on, when we gained independence, and then there had been a proxy war all through, and there have been issues. He flatly refused the Prime Minister. He told Jawaharlal Nehru that मैं नहीं जा पाऊंगा वहां पे, मेरे अपनों का खून है हवा में, मैं सांस नहीं ले पाऊंगा, मेरे पैर कैसे उठेंगे? To which the Prime Minister said that you are a soldier and these are your demons, and this is a war now you have to fight with yourself. Taking good advice, he went and he visited the place where his home was, his childhood home was. And that's where he broke down, and he found his friend who was actually brought up by the Maulvi. of the colony. And he realized that people are not bad, it's the circumstances which go wrong. Normal people want to live in peace. Normal people ask a mother and father, they don't want their children to live in a time of strife. They want to have a peaceful and a joyful life and give happiness to their children. Ask any politician. They want to give happiness to the people. They will work towards that. You know, the politicians who are true to their heart. Ask any leader, any thought leader, and that's what they feel about it. So, and then he ran the race of his life. He won it. And उनको खिताब मिला Flying Sikh का, he got that from Pakistan. The then president of Pakistan, General Ayub Khan, said कि पुत्र आज तू भागा नहीं है, उड़िया है. आज से दुनिया तेरे को एक सीख नहीं, फ्लाइंग सीख के नाम से जानेगी. आज पाकिस्तान तेरे को ये खिताब देते हुए खुद गर्व महसूस कर रहा है. So, you know, it is, if we maintain peace and prosperity, and if leadership can bring that around and change the heart of even people who mean bad for you, that is true patriotism. There was a huge concept of the Kala Bandar in Delhi 6 which lives inside you. It is your own black thoughts which you have to kill first, rather than kill the other person outside you.
Right, and good that you explained Kala Bandar part also. That was a huge event in Delhi, and everybody was talking about it. And then you changed Kala Bandar into a metaphor for journey within, and then to look outward. And while making a film on collective responsibility and social fabric.
Yeah, because storytelling relies on a lot on plot, on the character's journey, but as far as the philosophy of the film goes, metaphors play a huge role.